Today we're going to discuss the real reasons, get to the heart of why you are scared to post on social media.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Hello my darlings, it's Dion Dean. Welcome back to another video. This is a series of sorts of social media, YouTube content creation videos pulled straight out of the textbooks that I teach from as a fashion and retail merchandising professor. And so on Saturday, June 18th from 10 to 12, I am hosting my first ever hashtag posed content creation workshop. And so in preparation for that, I am releasing a bunch of videos on topics that I cover in the classroom. And so today I'm bringing out my handy dandy notebook because I have more than three, but I have really been thinking about the different, I don't want to call them excuses because they are real fears to people. Not excuses, the real issues that I see in the classroom and in working with clients with Dion Dean Creative, what I hear from people. So today we're going to be discussing the reasons why people, the real reasons, not the reasons that they tell us, okay? Not the reasons that you tell me and I tell you that we are not posting on social media. So let's get right into it. So I have a bunch of notes here, okay? So the number one reason, the overarching, let's talk about this. So there's an overarching fear of social media. And so these three things that I've pulled out are really part of the fear, okay? So there's a general fear of posting on social media. Some of us call it trepidation. Some of us are just like, I don't want people in my business. But it really is a fear. And I agree, I'm not someone that puts myself on social media as much as you may see me. I don't consider myself a lifestyle influencer or vlogger or blogger because there's a lot of my life that I'm just not willing to share. Okay, so all of these are going to come within the within the realm of fear. So judgment is number one. That's the number one reason that people are not posting. And it could be judgment of themselves. A lot of times we're very, very harsh. We're harsher on ourselves than people would ever be. I always say, to Riley, it doesn't matter what people think about you, what people say about you, your classmates what they may say about you. It's what you think about yourself. Because a lot of times when we're scared of judgment, it's really mirroring and that people are saying to us what we already think about ourselves, right? So one of the things that I get, and we're going to talk about confidence next week, but when people talk to me about confidence and Dion, how are you so confident? How are you so confident? It's not that I'm confident. And I can't even say that because my father did a really great job of instilling self-worth and self-esteem into me. But my thing is I care, or I've learned to in my 40 years of life, to care more about what I think about me than other people. So how do we deal with that judgment? You really have to practice thinking more about yourself than others. For example, and this happens a lot as a stylist, when I go into the fitting room with women, I often say the fitting room will tell a lot about somebody. The way that I hear women talking about themselves and squeezing themselves and manipulating their areas for development, I often say no one's going to judge. Nobody's looking. And you've heard me say this as I do my outfit changes, right? Nobody is looking at that. When we look at an outfit, when we look at a woman, we look from top to bottom, left to right. Nobody's zeroing in at your love handles or at your jiggly arms. It may be a point of concern to you, right? But for the most part, it's not. Nobody really cares. And so the thing that you really have to do and that you have to work on is speaking to yourself gently, gracefully. Offer yourself a bunch of grace. You've heard me talk in my videos. It's an area of imperfection. It's an area that I can't even say imperfection, honey, because this right here and this right here, it's an area for development. It's an area that I'm working on. But guess what? While I'm working on it, I'm going to look real good. So judgment is the number one issue that I hear specifically from women. And to get over that area of judging yourself, because it's really not being afraid of, it's not fear of people judging you. It's afraid that they're going to point out the things that you're already judging yourself on. Oh, that's a word. Somebody PayPal me, Dion.Dean. Okay. That was a word for some body. Somebody just got delivered, set free, and made whole. When we are scared of judgment, we're scared that somebody's going to point out the things that we are feeling are wrong with ourselves. Let's just go to number 2. Go ahead and get a glass of water. Go ahead and PayPal me my offering. Sign up for Pose on June 18th because we're going to do 2 hours of this work. That was good. I'm going to bless myself on that one. Okay, so number 2, which I feel can lean into number 1, but we're afraid of ridicule and embarrassment. I face this a lot with entrepreneurs. I work with design students, with fashion students, which are creatives and are artisanal and are creating something from thin air, right? It's a design, it's a product, it's, you know, they want to be stylists, it's a service, it's something that quote unquote can be graded. And so whether they're a student or an entrepreneur, we are so scared of putting ourselves out there, showing an outfit and thinking and scared that somebody's going to, again, point out a body part or how fat or you're fat, your teeth are gapped or your wig is shifted, whatever it may be. We are so afraid of that ridicule and that embarrassment that it stifles us and we cannot create, we cannot, and again, I work with a lot of creatives. So it literally stops people in their tracks. And so you guys may have an amazing product, an amazing service, an amazing book, an amazing meal that you want to show us how to make. And you are so scared that someone's gonna be like, you added too much pepper. You added too much this. You added too much that. As a Jamaican, I'm triggered. I'm triggered because as a Jamaican woman, as a Jamaican girl, let me tell you something. If that rice, I still will not make rice and peas for my mother. It's very hard for me to cook Jamaican food for my mother because every meme that you've seen out there about Jamaican mothers is 100%. Look how fresh though. I need some salt. I need some coconut milk. The rice too soggy. I don't do it. Okay, I'm terrified, and so I say that to say. That the risk of ridicule and embarrassment stifles people from posting online. But I really want you to hear this and take this to heart, okay? The people who are waiting for you don't care about any of that. I promise you, if one of you can teach me how to cook rice and peas, I don't care how dirty your kitchen is. I don't care, like, I don't care about your wall color. I don't care about the dog running in the back. Make sure you wash your handle. I don't care about anything. If you can give me your recipe on rice and peas and I can make it for Joyce and she's like, well done, my good and faithful daughter. Listen, we are out here waiting for you. Somebody out there is receiving this, okay? The people who are waiting for you really don't care about your imperfections. They just want great information, especially coming out of what we're coming out of. Yeah, the veil has been ripped. Nobody of great worth is going to get online and embarrass you and ridicule you. So let it go. Just let it go. Just let it go. I'm going to say that. And maybe I'm preaching to myself. Maybe I just need to just go on and make Joyce's rice and peas and risk the ridicule and embarrassment. Okay, so this is a big one. This last one is a big one, and I'm actually going to get my my business coach, friend, and mentor. I've asked her to come and speak to us about this next week in a video next week, so please stay tuned for that because this is huge and it's something that I can be 100%. I suffer from this, and she gets on me. And my life coach, Brent, that you met a few weeks ago, if I remember, I'll link a video up here somewhere. Imposter syndrome. So imposter syndrome tries to convince you that you are not all that, okay? As many degrees as I have on the wall, as many classes that I've taught, fashion merchandising, fashion retailing, fashion promotion, retailing, case studies in retailing, 7 years of education in oh, I have this picture of me and Riley. Oh, look at God saying, see this confident little girl? Okay, God, I hear you. There's no need to be. I don't need imposters. You know, Holy Spirit. Okay. I hear you. She thinks you're wonderful. So who are you to doubt her? I got a lot of words this week. See what happens when you lay off the red wine. But imposter syndrome. It really would try and convince you that you're not all that. That's the biggest way to put that. You, and I'm going back to cooking because again, this is a point of contention. You may have been cooking since you were 4 years old. You may have been, doing hair since you were 2, like the little girls on Instagram. Have you seen that on TikTok? You may have been writing forever, but you didn't go to college. You didn't go to culinary school. You may love fashion. I hear this from you guys all the time. I've always loved fashion. I wish I would have went to fashion school. It's always been a love of mine. But you're scared to call yourself a stylist. You have more knowledge in your pinky than half of these students graduating college, but you will not call yourself a stylist or a chef or an author or a this, that, and the other because you haven't released your first book. You've been writing since you were 3. But imposter syndrome will try and convince you that you're not who you are. Not even say you are. You are not who you are. I can tell you personally, again, with all these degrees, with all the things that I have, all the things that I've taught in the classroom, all the students, my gosh, I've been in education. Let's see, this was 2009. I've been in education, I have to look back. I've been in education since 2005. I got my nail license when I was 17, so I've been in this fashion thing for a long time. And so if you think about the amount of students, the amount of people that I have impacted and driven into their businesses, right? And help them and guide them through their businesses. But for me to call myself a business coach, oh my gosh, for me to do a posed content creation course, workshop, who the heck am I? Well qualified. That's who I am. I'm well qualified. And that's what you have to do. You have to cut out the noise. And again, I'm not an expert on this. This is a psychology, life coaching. Look, again, I'm trying to qualify. Like I can't talk about imposter syndrome, even though I have it, right? Imposter syndrome. I just proved it to myself. I'm going to have Violet on so she can talk about, and actually, you know what? I might have Brent back on. Because we discuss this a lot in my life coaching session. We're gonna talk about imposter syndrome because I see it a lot in my clients. I see it a lot in women. I see it a lot in women who are going into 2nd, 3rd, or 4th careers, and they're judging themselves very harshly, and they have yet to step into that next role because of fear, imposter syndrome. They don't believe it. They have a lot of regret. Why didn't I do this sooner? I didn't go to school for this. That's a huge one. I didn't go to school for this. I didn't blah, 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 blah. This goes on and on. But, yeah, where I'm judging myself. I'm getting healed in this video. Oh my gosh. I'm getting so healed in this video, but June 18th. Can you tell that June 18th is about to be something serious? I cannot wait to get into this Zoom classroom and really, really dig in. This is going to be good. This is going to be really good. All right. So my wig is shifted because that was very powerful for me. I don't know what you guys are feeling on that side of the camera, but for me, yeah. The whole rice thing, I didn't realize I was so triggered about this recipe. Anyway, pose June 18th from 10 to 12. My expectation and my intent with these videos is that this is preparing you and getting you ready to spend these 2 hours with me where we will really get into where to post, when to post, how to post, posting calendar. Do we want to do Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest? Which one is best for my business? Where should I start? How can I do this? We're going to tackle it all. I'm going to say 2 hours, but the way that this little 10-minute video is going, it might be 10 to 2. I don't know. Zoom will not shut us down. So we may be on there all day. I don't know. But please, I'm going to leave a link to register, and I hope to see you guys. And I hope if you're not able to attend, I pray that this alone has blessed you the way that it has blessed me. I'm telling you what happens when you get off the red wine. All this revelation. Love you guys so much. Bye.
I never ran, said no, man, I still go, 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 go.